Friday, y'all. I can't believe we're doing this on a Friday. Who's having a little drinky drink on the weekend? I had my Shirley Temple already. For y'all that have been following me for a while, you know there's no alcohol in that. It's just a children's drink, Sprite, some grenadine, extra cherries. This one had no cherries, so it was quite disappointing. But, you know, it is what it is. It was still equally as delicious. I am in Traverse City, Michigan for a CrossFit and Strongman event. It's actually like a similar format to the Rogue Invitational where they have Strongman and CrossFit. They actually are going on at the same exact time. So it's a fun event. Let me share this on the gram while we wait for people to come on in. How do you guys like the name of this one? Barbells, Boys, and Bullets. I thought that was fun. I thought I was being cheeky. Maybe not. I'll let you guys decide. Okay. Ed first. Yeah, man. Always first. You are here and you're ready for the action. You know what day it is. You know what time it is. Actually, it's never been a consistent day or time, but that's okay. We're getting into a flow. Let's see, copy link. But yeah, it's Friday. There's a lot going on. I was just watching Jason CF Media's post about the European Championship. What a disappointment. What a disappointment. Hold on, selfie for the gram. I actually was going to work those events earlier this season. I had met with the new director maybe in January or February, but I ultimately couldn't make their championship. I already had an event that I committed to. So we didn't move forward with it because I couldn't be at the regional or semifinal events. And I forget, I think I was talking to Snorri or Lucille with Backland, and I was telling them about it. And their first thought was, oh no, remember what happened with this one? And I was like, yeah, but it's new ownership. So it might, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And thankfully, I was already booked that weekend and didn't get involved with them because that's just, that's terrible. That's terrible. If you guys are interested in hearing more about it, Jason CF Media, if you go on his YouTube channel, he puts out a really good video. I think all of his content is very well done. It's very factual based. He doesn't give a lot of opinions. And it kind of walks through the timeline and like what's been said on Facebook and the not having any communication from the event to the athletes. But yeah, really, really unfortunate, especially as CrossFit has grown and really is exploding in Europe specifically. It would be great to see. I mean, of course, they have Lowlands, they have Strength and Depth, Fit, which now is part of FitFest, or FitFest is part of Strength and Depth. But the German Throwdown still goes on, and those are really great, reputable competitions. But it just is unfortunate that this keeps happening for the European Championship. So quite a bummer. Quite a bummer. I don't know how to do this. So Traverse City, this is just a one-day competition. I don't know that I've covered any one-day competitions, but they're teams of 3, same-sex, gender, just the RX division. And it's outside at a baseball stadium. So today I was there earlier, just, checking it out as people were getting set up. And there's something really cool about doing CrossFit and Strongman in another sporting venue, if that makes sense. So I'm really excited for it. This is the second year of the event. It's the first time that I would be there. Ooh, eyebrows on fleek. Thank you. Whoa, what just happened to my lighting? Thank you. So fun fact about my eyebrows. If you were here with us last time, you heard the story about my lips. So I got my lips tinted. So right now, all I have on my lips is chapstick. The color is still going to fade a little bit. But my eyebrows, what was it? Maybe like a year and a half to 2 years ago. I've always really liked the shape of my eyebrows, but I would always have to draw a little bit of them in because if there's anybody here from the 90s or 2000s, really, you know that we overplucked them. So I did get them microbladed. And yeah, I feel like when I have no like makeup on my skin, it makes them stand out a little bit more. So thank you for noticing. This past weekend, I was at the Tactical Games in Utah. And unfortunately, that was the only time I've ever been to Utah. And I don't think that I really was able to get the full experience of Utah. And just the way that my schedule is booked right now, I don't get a lot of time to travel and explore, which I would like to go back and do. And I will be in Utah for Summit Games, formerly known as Iron Games, in a couple of weeks. But the amount of dirt and sand and dust, I didn't even think that was possible. It was I put chapstick on and then all of a sudden there's this massive windstorm and your lips just get this whole cake of dirt and then you have it in your teeth and in between your teeth and I didn't have any floss at the moment. So then I'm like looking for like my piece of paper and trying to get it between my teeth to pick out the dirt. It was really gross. It was really gross. But anyways, Utah was beautiful being surrounded by mountains, but it was unfortunate that I wasn't really able to explore and appreciate the area like I should have. So there's this group that competes in the Tactical Games. They're like 5 dudes from Poland. And the first time that let me see if I can pull up their Instagram. So the first time that they competed was at our event in Texas. And I think it still says it. I'm trying to think. One of their Instagram accounts literally says the Texas of Poland, and it just makes me laugh. Oh, also, a reason why my camera is facing the way it is and you can see like the door and everything behind me is because I feel like I might get murdered in this hotel that I'm at right now. So if anybody sees somebody come through the door, please call 911 and tell them I'm at a sketchy hotel in Traverse City, Michigan, and they'll probably know where I am. So I just heard like ambulances. I went to dinner with one of the guys that's working the event because he's also staying here, and I ran into him at the lobby, and he looks at me. He goes, "Oh, nice hotel." I was like, "Oh." A little sketched out. So then we went to the grocery store because he was like, "Do you need waters or anything? I don't know that I'm going to fill up my water bottle like in the bathroom." And I was like, "That's a great idea." So we got a lot of water and filled up on things so that we might survive in this hotel. Anyways, I was talking about this group from Poland. So anyways, Tactical Games is doing one event next year, 2025, in Poland at the shooting range that these guys run. So it's KS_Kobe. Hold on, I should be able to share screen. There we go. No, which tab? Wait, is that? Oh, there we go. There we go. It's like it's my first day on the job. So this is their Instagram account. And yeah, so here is, oops, I gotta scooch it over on my desktop. So this is the post. They Tactical Games posted it in English and then they reshot it and posted it in Polish. But maybe it was on the Viking dude's Instagram. So this guy, he's really funny. He calls himself a Viking and they posted a bunch of videos. Maybe it's on their story. Oh yeah, that was them working out. Oh shoot. Oh, they reposted me. Of them like riding a bunch of horses and in cowboy hats. And I just think that it's so funny how much that they embrace it. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let me find it and we'll go back to it. But oh, I think I just changed the format a little bit. I like this one better. Anyways, yeah, so that's really exciting with tactical games. There's another really cool location that they're still trying to get the logistics situated with. That's going to be incredibly unique. They just need a little bit of clearance, I think, for it, but they're going to be announcing their whole season, their whole 2025 season in October of 2025. So just to compare, and again, I appreciate that you can't really compare a sport that's just a couple of years in versus CrossFit that's now what year are we in? 2025. So like 20 years in, just about. But the fact that tactical games can announce their entire season for 2025 this coming October is amazing. Like, you're giving people dates, locations so that you can book hotels, Airbnbs, flights, organize your life. Like, it just is such a good format to have that open communication. And what month are we in now? September. Yeah, we're in September. Jesus, I don't even know where we are. Um, and for them to say like, "Hey, dates are coming out in October." I feel like historically with CrossFit, they're never like, "Hey, our season is going to drop this time." We know that the rule book comes out around the holidays between like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but that's just based on like history. There's never any communication of specifically when that stuff's going to come out. So I think it's really good that they are forward thinking with that they are proactive about planning and organizing and logistics and all of those things, just making it that still very early and young. That just shows the professionalism and the um like desire to want to make it professional and get more people involved. Just at the last one, it was so interesting because I don't think that it was strategically placed, but it was really cool to see. So in one of their squads, same thing as a heat, they had Jason Khalipa. It was his first time ever competing in tactical games. They had Cody Anderson, who you guys might know him. I'm trying to think of the last time he competed. Maybe 2019-ish time was maybe the last time. Super strong dude, especially for his like height and weight. Like, dude puts up a crap ton of weight. When he snatches, oh my God, it's beautiful. So there was Jason Khalipa, Cody Anderson, Jimmy Woodard, who the weekend before competed at the Masters games, and Spencer Panchik, all in the same heat together. And then there was this guy, Sal Hernandez, who is at the top of the podium multiple times. Like, everybody was bummed that he didn't go to nationals last year because he had either his sibling or cousin or a relative's wedding, but he's a podium contender. So watching him throw down with like all of these CrossFitters, and he's super fit. Also an amazing shooter, amazing person. His wife, Lupe Hernandez, competes in the elite women's division. So watching her compete as well was really cool. But if you guys haven't checked out tactical games, I would really recommend like asking questions, like shoot me a message. Jacob Hepner, obviously he's really involved with it. Ask him any questions. He's super responsive. And it's just a really cool sport, especially if you like fitness and firearms. What else is going on? Wodapalooza SoCal is next week. I am going to be flying on Tuesday to the Santa Cruz area where Tommy and Sean are. So I'm going to stay with Tommy, his wife, and then their parents for the night before Tommy and I then drive to Huntington Beach the next day to catch up with people before the week starts. But that's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to go to In-N-Out. I keep shitting on In-N-Out because I don't think it's that good. I think it's overhyped, but Sean and Tommy want to go. So I was like, okay, whatever, guys. We will go and we'll have fun. And they're two of my like great friends. I love hanging out with them. And anytime the three of us can be together, is really cool because obviously 9 times out of 10 we're working remotely and not with each other. So what did they say? So we're going to go to In-N-Out. There's also this coffee place that Sean said we have to go to. And then right across the street, there's this really overpriced ice cream place that we're going to go to. So we're hitting all of the food places. And then I think at like 4:30, Tommy and I are going to go like hit a workout at his affiliate. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He did tell me that they redid one of the roads because I said, okay, as long as like we're not going to eat all that shit and then go run. He goes, actually, they just redid a road. So the likelihood of that is actually pretty, like, there's a pretty good odds of it. So I don't know. We will see. Does anybody have questions tonight? I know it's a Friday, so it's a little bit quiet in our chat, and that's okay. I'm still trying to get into a flow and figure out when you guys want these to happen, but also with my travel schedule when we can fit it in. I could have potentially done it on Sunday, but I'm flying back home and I honestly just kind of want to binge watch TV and relax. Has anybody seen From? I just got done with season 2 and I think the next season comes out really soon. From season 3. There it is. Release date September 22nd. Now I got to look at a calendar to see when that is. So, I wish it was this Sunday, but yeah, so the following Sunday. Maybe that I wonder if I can download those episodes and watch them on the plane. We'll see. But anyways, if you haven't seen From yet, it kind of reminds me of Lost, which I thought Lost was like the biggest hype series ever. That was just dumb, but I kept watching it because I wanted to know like what was going on just for severe disappointment and no closure, which I love that for me. So that was kind of upsetting, but this is okay. I would say like this is a better version of Lost because I don't even know if you'd call them zombies, what you'd call them. But anyways, if you guys are looking for a show recommendation, I know that my show options are very different than most people because I don't really watch shows. I don't really watch I watch TV every now and then, but it's always random stuff. So it's always very random. Or I rewatch things because it gives me comfort when I just want to straight up chill. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I wish I had another Shirley Temple right now. This water is just like, when it's room temperature. And I was like, honestly, I was too scared to like find where the ice machine was because it's so freaking sketchy here. But so is life. Everything is fine. Oh, never mind. I thought that was something different. What else is on tap for the year? Oh, I'm doing Desert City Classic in the Phoenix, Arizona area. In what month is that? It's the same weekend as the Rogue Invitational, so I'm not going to Rogue anymore. I'm going to Desert City instead, but I get to stay with my best friend Presley and I cannot wait. And I'm going to go like a day early and stay like 2 extra days. And we're going to go to Sedona and there's like a spa that we're going to go to together. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really excited for that. Oh, wait, I think I can reach it. Hold, please. Come on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so has anybody had this flavor? It's very I don't find it often. Okay. Gatorade Zeros. They slap. They're so freaking good. But it's not the light blue, it's like the dark blue one. What is the flavor name? Cool Blue. Cool Blue. I feel like they never have it. So when they do, it's like a little treat. So good. But again, room temperature. I need that ice. I imagine that they don't have room service here to ask if somebody can bring me ice. Sad. Very sad. So there's that. What else? We talked about we didn't talk about sorry, now I got this on my computer. I wonder I'm going to show you guys if you can see my keyboard. All of that dust, you still see that? I don't know how to, like, I need one of those air blowy thingies to get rid of all of the dust from Utah that has just collected in my computer and in my cameras and in all of my things. It's very, very, very unfortunate. So yeah, that's upsetting. So I'll be here till Sunday, then SoCal. Fight for the Fittest, another competition that I'm doing, a smaller, more local competition. Well, not like local competition because they're going to a venue, but I would say like smaller to mid-level is more or less what it is. And Christian Harrison programs for it. It's in the like Long Island area, New York area. So that'll be that following weekend. And then I have a break. I can be at home for about a month before then I go to Desert City. And then after that is Tactical Games Nationals. And then it's basically the holiday season. And I love that. I love that. I actually hate it because I love summer, but I do love the holidays and I love the pumpkin spice lattes and I love all of the fall activities that are super fun. Like apple picking. I keep seeing people posting pictures about that and I'm like, I love that, but they have to have the Honeycrisp apples. I don't like when they have, what is it? The Gala and what's the lady one? The lady apple. Pink Lady, I think it is. Is it Pink Lady apple? Apparently a lot of people are allergic to Pink Lady apple. Yeah, Pink Lady apples. Oh, I think that tastes like trash. It's not for me. Honeycrisp or bust. I don't want anything else. That's the only apple that I'll eat. I mean, I'll eat other ones, but those are by far the most superior apple. Today on our Talking Elite Fitness Q&A, we talked about like when the perfect time for pumpkin spice and all of like these flavors were to come out. And Sean is convinced that the time for it to come out is not until October 1st. And I feel like his idea is tainted because he lives in California. And I was like, bro, like I wake up and it's 50 degrees. I want a pumpkin spice latte. He's like, oh, it's like 90 degrees here still. I was like, buddy, you live in California. Yeah, like I understand why maybe you're not interested in a pumpkin spice latte when you're still walking outside and sweating, but I am not. I am cool as a cucumber. I'm cool as a Honeycrisp apple. When you first bite into that baby and it has that nice little sweet crisp. So I think that September 1st is the perfect time for it to come out. The August 22nd release date, I think, is pushing it. It's still summer. You know, we're still in August, but I think September is a totally acceptable time for it to come out. I don't know that you can see it. I put tinsel in my hair for the first time. Yeah, so those are the little things. You can't really see it because I braided it. But the issue, so obviously I wanted it, yeah, now you can kind of see it. I wanted it to show more, but then I realized that I can't use my curling iron on it. So how am I going to style it? It's going to burn. So I was like, I can't deal with this right now. I got to just braid it in. Pumpkin spice is a year-round thing if you love Halloween like I do. Thank you, because I said that I think pumpkin spice should be initiated into the full calendar year. The same thing as if I want to order vanilla. Like pumpkin spice to me is the same as vanilla. It should be year-round, and I would 100% be down with this. I don't know what type of petition that I need to sign to make this happen, but I will sign it and I will push it out on every platform and I will give people behind it. We agreed that peppermint bark, while I really like that flavor, that one seems more like a holiday treat. You know, when you wake up in the morning and maybe it's like you have a few days off around the holidays or it's the eve of Christmas Eve and Podium has a peppermint bark. Okay, this freaking slaps. You got to wait for the drop and you know I'll be posting it once it happens. So they have their peppermint bark protein. and you put that with coffee and a little bit of the peppermint bark creamer. Oh my God. Holiday joy in a cup. You're welcome. You're welcome. You could probably do, I was trying to think if you could do a similar one with pumpkin spice. Maybe if there's like Podium doesn't have a caramel. They have a caramel apple flavor, but I mean, you could just use their buttermilk vanilla or whatever their vanilla one is called. But if there was like a protein company that had a caramel one, that could be pretty good. And then you get the like apple creamer, caramel apple creamer with it in the coffee. I don't know. I'm a big like put your protein in your coffee. I think it makes it super tasty. Ortega, what have you been doing? Why haven't you liked and subscribed and pushed notifications? You drive the chat and the conversation every time. I've been waiting for you. It's been dry because you haven't been here. So welcome to the show. We're glad you're here, everybody. For Jonathan Ortega. I'm sad that you won't be working this event with me this weekend. Stutters is on his way. I'm also upset that he's not getting here until like 10 p.m. because he had to work his real job before, which was a bummer. Him and I are going to get breakfast and coffee in the morning, the essentials. But I'm pretty sure he's the only one on the media team here. But then I will see you next week in SoCal. So that will be fun. Get the whole gang back together. What is that? Oh. So the this text message is so funny. So how I was saying that one of the guys that's working the event here that's also staying at the hotel, he goes, "Hey yo, so far so good with no hives." Because we were joking that like we're gonna catch something nasty in this hotel, but so far so good. You know, just doing our thing. I have been at I don't want to say I would say maybe it was a worse hotel because of the location. Like Traverse City doesn't really strike me as a dangerous area where I think it was, what were the semifinals last year? Not the year that we just had, but the one before. So there was Pasadena. I feel like, was that the one where it was sketchy? No, it was the other one. No, it was Pasadena. So there was Orlando. That hotel was fine. Pasadena, oh my God. Like the things that were happening outside of the other side of my window in the corner of the street, we can't speak about it on the show. It's not that type of show. But it was sketchy. It was weird. I didn't like it. A black light in that room would be crazy. Ew. I hate that. And I hate that for me. And I hate that I didn't bring long pants to wear. So maybe I'm just going to sleep on top of the bed with like a bath towel over me. Great. Love this. You know, you do what you can. You do what you can. I miss my bed. I miss my dogs. So there's this right across the street from the venue here. There is I don't know, like I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say, but when I lived in Wisconsin, it was really common that they would have basically like a brewery that also was like a dog friendly business, but they would have a little like fenced in park area for your dogs. So like, what was it called? Something and sip, pup and sip, or sip and pup, or something along those lines. And they have one here, like right across the street. And I decided that if one day I just happen to have stupid amounts of money for whatever reason, and it like obviously this isn't happening, but if for some reason I have stupid money where it doesn't matter if the business is successful or just totally bombs, I would love to open up a little, oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. Ortega, I hate you. Fuck. Guys, what the hell Oh my God, I wish you didn't tell me that. Okay. Now I'm definitely not going to bed, and I have to. I've been up since like 3:30 a.m. because of course I didn't wait. I waited to pack until this morning, which is a one-day event, so I didn't need that much, but still. Now I'm going to listen to every little noise that happens. No wonder I had the urge to go swim in the late at night. No, don't do that. That sounds like a terrible decision on Friday the 13th. How many Friday the 13th are there in one calendar year? It's a great thing to Google. Do you guys do this? I like anytime I have a question, I just Google it or I YouTube it. Sometimes that's more interesting. Oh, just two. In 2024, Friday the 13th can come in threes. Everything comes in threes. Like deaths come in threes, bad things happen in threes. But that won't be the case for 2024. All year we'll have at least one Friday the 13th and as many as 3 Friday the 13th in any given calendar year. In 2024, there are 2, September 13th and December 13th. Oh my God. Mind is blown. This makes me a little paranoid. Friday the 13th. The one in December. It's just 3 days before my birthday. It's 1 day before my friend's wedding. I feel like that's a rehearsal dinner. That is, oh my God, I feel so bad for them. Honestly, they probably don't care and they're probably going to be okay. I'm being dramatic. Most of those coordinators are prior military, if I'm not mistaken, and we have to start planning the next year by October 1. What do you mean? What are you referencing to? Creepy. Friday the 13th. I mean, I don't really love Halloween. The fact that you get free candy, I think is really cool. Like, who doesn't love that part? I love a Score bar or a Butterfinger or Hershey's bar, just a normal chocolate Hershey bar. Do not put a nut in my Hershey bar. Why would you ruin chocolate with nuts? I don't like that. That's not my journey. I know that might be a hot take, but no, 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 just not for me. I'm trying to think what would the ultimate candy bar be? Like if you could develop your own candy bar. There were actually, when I lived in Wisconsin, there was like a chocolate factory where you could go, and it was basically like if you went and built your own like Buddha bar or Buddha bowl, whatever. Like, you know, you put the rice in, then you check off like, okay, I want edamame, I want like tuna, onions, peppers, sesame seeds, whatever. So you could do that with the bar. So they would give you the option to choose milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or you could do a mix. And then, I mean, the options, anything from fruit to like nerds to gummies to, you know, nuts, seeds, caramels, all of those. Like you could add in Oreos, build your own chocolate bar. And that was really cool. In Santa Cruz, is that the breakfast burrito spot by the beach? I don't know. What is the weather going to be like at SoCal next weekend? Is it beach weather? Are we going to have some beach time? I sure hope so. I know that I'm going to have a nice Shirley Temple on the beach. That's going to be great. I'm going to have an ice cream on the beach. I spoke with Emily Rolfe. We want to have a beach day. I think I'm turning this down. There we go. So we talked about there we go. Jesus. We talked about a beach day, but I don't know if that's the reality, if that's really going to happen. I need to know the weather. I feel like it should be fine. Unsure. TBD. So we talked about barbells. We talked about bullets. We didn't really talk about boys. I mean, y'all know how it goes. Y'all know. I actually did go on a successful date yesterday. I actually knew this person, though. I didn't meet them on the interwebs. I actually knew them. So that was very helpful. So that's a win. That's a win in the Lauren Life dating bucket. You have a photo shoot with Emily on Wednesday? Tell me more. You guys are going to the beach? Oh, I'm going to text her. She didn't invite me. I want the photo shoot to be her and Kyle frolicking through the sand and the waves. They're two of the nicest humans. I love Kyle and Emily. They are the best. And they're going to actually be at Tactical Games Nationals because of some things that Kyle is developing, which I'm excited for. So that should be really cool. I think that her and I are going to spend some time at the Yeti headquarters as well. Chad Nelson, who works, I forget what his official job title is, but he works with like marketing and like people, sponsors, partnerships, or whatever. And I've been messaging him because Yeti is a sponsor of Tactical Games. I was asking him when the next one would be that I would see him because he hasn't been at any of them. And I think he's going to be at Nationals, but since that's in Austin, I'm going to pop over by the headquarters, try to team up and go with Emily. Oh, Emily said a gym shoot. That's boring. Tell her that it needs to be on the beach, or I will. That would be way more fun. Little beach shoot. That's what we all need in our lives. Okay. Let's see. What are the events for tomorrow? Perfect. I got all of them. What is this? 5 events in one day. That's going to be crazy, but super fun. Okay, perfect. Have those. Honestly, like tomorrow is not that bad. It's going to be events start at 9 and I think we're done by like 4:45. And again, that's strongman and CrossFit. Okay. So that's it. Honestly, there is not much else going on with me. Just been beat bopping from this place to that place. And back and forth and left and right and all over the place. But trying to think, there's one other thing that I was going to bring up. Then I forget. I do have to start writing notes for myself. Otherwise, I forget. More or less, I'm doing this live because you guys are keeping me safe from somebody popping through that door. And now that Ortega told me it's Friday the 13th, I'm going to be up all night long. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Why isn't this loading? What does this do? Oh, I don't like that. It's supposed to be cloudy all weekend. No. Well, that's lame. How am I supposed to get my tan on right before the winter? Wait, you're not going to Rogue? No, I'm not going to Rogue. I'm not. I finally made the decision. I'm going to go to Desert City. I mean, this is what is unfortunate. I was talking about this earlier that, Desert City has had that weekend. I think it's Veterans Day weekend for the last handful of years. And they had those dates already locked in. And it's an event that I really enjoy working. And I was kind of on the fence because I didn't know if Rogue was going to hire me for like the broadcast or they did the Iron Games. And I know there's like a host role. So I thought maybe there was potential for that. And in that situation, I probably would have gone out to Rogue. But yeah, it just sucks. And I wish that there was a way that CrossFit HQ and like these off-season competitions and Wadapalooza, because now like their Miami dates are a week later, which either is the same weekend or the week right before TFX. And it's like, dang, I understand that like booking venues and logistics are a real concern and a real like conversation that happens. But I just wish that everybody could get along and communicate their calendars with each other, because it's really unfortunate. And not just for me, because I can't go to both. It has nothing to do with me. Yes, I would love to go to both, but it's more like for the ecosystem, for sponsors. Like for example, this or next weekend, SoCal and Wheelwatt are both on the same weekend. So then sponsors have to decide which one they're going to, and creators have to decide which ones they're going to. And sometimes athletes have to decide which one they're going to. And it's like, dang it, if we could just get everybody on the same page, that would, it would be better for everybody. But so is life. Here we are. We all keep moving forward. I would love to be at Rogue, especially because it's going to be in Scotland and it's going to be an awesome event. And Katie and Bill always put on a really great event. I will give them that. Even I feel like even when they're faced with adversity or there are challenges, for example, the weather last year, they still do a great job in communicating with folks like what the changes are going to be, and they do really like put the athletes first and have like that thought top of mind in the conversations. Not to say that other people don't, but I just feel like they've been really forward facing about that. Even when you look at their worldwide ranking system, the fact that they're like, hey, this is a beta test. If you see anything wrong with it or you want it to change, like shoot us a message and we'll take it into consideration. And I know a couple people that reached out to them and gave suggestions and actually got emails back. And that just tells me that they are super involved and they want to make their events and their products as perfect as possible. And they're open to feedback and conversation. And I've always really respected that about Katie and Bill and everything that they do with the Rogue Invitational and just their business in general. I mean, you see Rogue everywhere. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And the two of them are not afraid to get their hands dirty too when it comes to setting things up, breaking them down, being involved with their volunteers and their staff. And I really love that about them. What pistol do you train with for tactical games? I train with whatever pistol my friends let me borrow. So I have a 9mm Smith & Wesson. I bought it when I lived in Wisconsin to use it specifically for a concealed carry. And I mean, it's fine. And for that purpose, it would absolutely be fine. And I've trained a ton with it at a local shooting range that I used to be a member at. I'm not a member anymore because one of my friends has land. So now when I train specifically for tactical games, I just go to her house. But I'm trying to think if she has a staccato. Oh my God. That thing is like so freaking amazing. I'll use that. And then I've also used a SIG before. I don't think I've ever used a Glock, but I would like to. I just feel like those are really popular, but to me, from everything I've shot, nothing holds a candle to a staccato. And that will be reflective in the price tag, because those pistols, I mean, for a pistol, it's like between like $3,000 and $5,000 just for a pistol. So they're very pricey, and that's just a baseline. That's not after you put like optics and red dot and all of those things on it. So, and my pistol doesn't have any of those things on it either. It's just very baseline what it is. We should go look at staccatos. Oh, yes. We should go shoot them. Do you like sell them frequently at your shop? I'm curious if like you guys carry those. If anybody lives in the like Austin, Texas area, you should take a trip to the Staccato Ranch and go to that shooting range, because it is so state of the art. It's beautiful. And the things that they have there and the cleanliness of it and just the location of everything and the ease of it and the people. Oh my God. Like there's a reason why they have their nationals there. Yes, because they're headquarters and that's where the owners live and all the equipment and everything. So it makes things simple, but also because it's such a great shooting range and their relationship with them is awesome. TFX and Wadapalooza are back to back. Okay, yeah, because I knew that TFX, they had their online qualifiers. They're either just ending or they're still going on. I couldn't remember. Which way am I doing? What am I doing here? There we go. Woo, woo, there. Now we're focused. Okay, that's good to know that they are back-to-back weekends. You only special order for Staccato. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because the price point, they're just so expensive that unless you are a competitive shooter, I feel like to me, I think it's an overpriced gun if you're just gonna like let it sit in a drawer at home. But if you're using it frequently, I mean, to me, there's no better pistol. And that's just from my experience. That it just shoots really well. There's not a ton of kickback. I like that some of them are a little bit heavier, but also when you think about tactical games, you want to take that into consideration because you already have a ton of weight on you. Actually, recently at tactical games this past weekend, I saw somebody on her magazines. She had this like attachment that made them heavy so that when she would like hit her mag release, it would fall faster to the ground. And I thought, wow, I've never seen any other athletes with that. What a great idea. Because sometimes, and I know when I've trained, you hit the mag release and sometimes you have to use your other hand to like pull it or you have to like tweak it or hit it a bit. But with hers, like as soon as you hit the mag release, I mean, those things just dropped. So I thought, and they were pretty. They were gold, like chrome gold. So, that kind of adds to it too. But we'll see. No, don't worry, Lauren. I'm watching the door. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're watching the door to protect me from the Friday the 13th creepy people. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. There's something about like hotels and just the structure. Like, I don't know how good you guys can see, but just like the popcorn ceilings. In the bed, it almost looks like there's two twin beds just pushed together at one because it kind of like dips. It kind of like dips right in the middle. It is what it is. I've slept in much worse situations in my life. So, yeah, I definitely have. So this is fine. It's just a little bit creepy, Okay, what else? What else? I need a good movie recommendation that I can watch before bed tonight that's not scary and not Friday the 13th. Will you be going to Poland next year? You know I will be going to Poland next year. So I was talking to obviously like basically the tactical games contracts me out to work as their reporter, commentator, media personality, etc. But also I have a really good relationship with the Polish people. And I think for that one, they will actually be the ones to contract me out. Because so for instance, like when tactical games, the owners travel to events, they bring all of the equipment. So they have two massive trailers. They drive everything. So they bring all of their equipment, all of their merch stuff. They bring their firearms in case people need to like borrow them, rent them out. And of course, like they want to test them out when they're testing the stages or the events. And for the Poland event, it will be, I don't necessarily want to say it's being run by the Polish organization because it's still like technically a tactical games event, but they're going to be the ones to do all of the setup and everything. And essentially like our tactical games team is just going to show up there after everything is set up and like have them somewhat run it. And I think like Nick and Amanda are going to oversee it. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I plan to go to Poland. I don't want to say when the dates are because I don't think that it's public and set in stone, but I know about like the month of when it's going to happen. And I'm just so excited. Like, how cool is that a sport like this is already able to move to Europe? And I get like it's more or less because of the connection has really helped. But I think that that's just a really cool concept and a way to also allow the sport to grow internationally. The Shining, are you kidding me? There is not a chance that I am watching that movie in this hotel room. Not a chance. The Proposal, oh my God. That is like top 5 all-time favorite movies. That I could watch The Proposal every single day and not get sick of it. I love it. Sweet Home Alabama, great. 13 going on 30. Shannon, I just want to tell you, when people say I haven't seen movies, you know what movies I've seen. You know my list, and I appreciate that. Nick is awesome. Met him this summer at a skirmish. Oh, that's awesome that you did a skirmish. Nick, both Nicks. So there's Nick Thayer, who he's one of the owners with his fiance Amanda Cherry. It's so funny. I call Nick Nick Cherry and tell him that he has to take Amanda's last name. I don't know that he loves it, but it's funny and Amanda laughs and Amanda's my friend, so everything's fine. But then there's also Nick P, who he's like the head of operations with them. So he's a full-time employee and he's an awesome dude too. Has a great little like swirly mustache. You can't miss him. 10 Things I Hate About You. That is a great movie. Girl, those are my favorite. When you're back, let's go to dinner and hit a wad. I'm down. It's been too long. So my first free weekend is the weekend of October 12th. And then I'm basically home, or not basically, I am home until like the second week in November. So that's almost a month that I'll be home to hang out, to go to dinner, go apple picking, hit a wad. Oh, we should have a girls' night, watch a movie. I love it. Awesome mustache. Yeah, he really does have a great mustache. Like just the way that it is, the little curly Q. There's something about that just fascinates me when people can curl it up like that. Like, does your mustache have to grow a certain way, or is it the way that you cut it and then grow? Ortega, wait, dude, you have a mustache like that. I'm forgetting about you. Yeah, even in your profile picture there. The little curly Q. I'm curious on the step-by-step on how you make the curly Q mustache. We got to know. We got to know. Did anybody do anything fun tonight? I'm curious, like, what people with lives outside of work do on a Friday night. Anything? Curious. Asking for a friend. I had what was it? Maybe it was an apple crisp margarita last night. Oh my God. This thing was amazing. It tasted so freaking good. Basic. We just basic. Okay, good. Shannon, we're going to plan a girls' night. It's going to be great. I can't wait. He was so nice. I needed a part for my rifle and he got one off of his to let me use it. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about tactical games is not just like the owners, but the athletes are willing to help you by taking like the shirt off their back so that you have a good experience. And I get that, like when you have a sport that doesn't have prize purses, or I mean, they have like thousands of dollars of gear that they get from sponsors. Like they get, some of them win staccatos and rifles and like all of the like optics and things like that. So don't get me wrong. There's like, you could look at it that way, that there's like money in it. But since there's not like cash prize purses, and since most of these people aren't like full-time athletes, some of them do have really good sponsorships and are coaches or do other things like that. But I think that there's something that keeps it very grassroots when you don't have that. So you get more of the culture where people are willing to help each other. And even for instance, like the way that tactical games is judged, So if I just got done, for example, if I'm in the elite women, I wouldn't compete in elite women because like that, I mean, I could, but I know I would finish dead last. And I just like, don't think that that's a great learning experience. But anyways, that's a different tangent. So if I was in elite women, for example, and I just got done with my event or my stage, there would then be like a 3 to 5 minute reset. And then I would judge the heat after me. And what's really cool about that is they don't coach each other. I don't want to say that. Like sometimes the earlier divisions, like men or women's tactical or intermediate, those are the like lower divisions, you'll get a little bit of that, especially if somebody's really struggling, because you want them to have like a good experience. But just overall, the encouragement of the athletes towards each other. And for instance, I'll use Jacob Hepner as an example. If he is the best athlete at rope climbs and it's between like him and Sal Hernandez, those are two of the top athletes, like Jacob would have no problem going over to Sal and be like, hey, clinch your feet a little bit higher and you'll go faster. Like they will openly give each other advice and recommendations how to make them better. So then the whole field rises together, which is really cool to see. You don't see that in a lot of sports. Again, knowing that there's no prize money on the line. So culturally, it's going to be a little bit different. But just from an observation standpoint, I think it's really cool to watch. Clean my house, nothing new. Yeah, that's about what I do when I'm home. I sit on my couch or I clean, I do laundry, I pet my dogs. I'm so dang boring, but I like it. I like my boring life. Nothing today, but I'm doing a caffeine crawl tomorrow. What is a caffeine crawl? And send me the link. Where can I find these? What in the world? Noelle, it's good to see you here. It's okay that you're late. We've missed you. Wasn't gonna miss both lives today. That's okay. We had a whole debate on pumpkin spice. Again. It's a lot like, oh, Go Ruck events. They're fun. Have you done one? No, but fun fact, I had no idea that Go Ruck did those events until maybe like 5 months ago, and somebody mentioned it to me. I was like, what are you talking about? And then they showed me what it was. And for whatever reason, I had no idea that those things existed, which clearly I was out of touch. Seriously, what is a caffeine crawl? RS, we need to know. Give us the details and put the link in the channel. Everybody needs to know. And everybody that goes back and watches this at a later time, they're going to need to know. We all need to know. Caffeine crawl. So do you start with like 10 milligrams of caffeine? I feel like you would have to start so low in order to not die from so much caffeine. You just lose your mind. Like, what would you even do? It's a pre-built route where you stop at 4 coffee shops and a tea shop. You get samples and info about the shops. Yes, Ortega, we need to plan this. This needs to be added on to all of the events that we work. I'm Googling it right now. Hold on, guys. Don't worry. We are going to effort this. Caffeine crawl. Near me? No, because I'm not going to be here. Caffeine crawl. There's a Facebook group. I don't use Facebook. I don't even want to open that. Caffeine crawl. Caffeinecrawl.com. What is this? Okay, hold on. Let me do a little share screen so we can experience this together. Okay. Ooh, whoa. Everything's freaking out. Crawls across the country, collaborative projects, Caffeino, virtual crawls. That sounds lame. How do you do that? I want to drink the coffee. Recipe series, creative merch, much more. Crawl lineup. Okay, these graphics are kind of overwhelming me. Okay. Kansas City. Okay, I'm just going to click on this just to see what happens. Oh. Where about the event? The smell of signature drinks carry through cafes. Coolness rests in the air. Neighborhoods are covered in colorful foliage, and the city as a whole is into it. The event starts in Kansas City, the 2011, and it started in 2011 in Kansas City, and it has been going strong since making this the 14th annual Kansas City Fall Caffeine Crawl. Why have I never heard of this? It gives you different routes. 17 plus a tour guide. Tickets and everything? I am shook. What's happening? Oh my God. Okay. I'm clearly I'm overwhelmed by what I just learned. I'm doing the Omaha one. Wow. Ooh, Kristen chiming in. My personal opinion, February's flavor is white chocolate and strawberry. Thank you, because I've lost sleep over not knowing what the February flavor would be. Like, I don't understand. But that makes a lot of sense because Valentine's Day, you have the chocolate covered strawberries, because people kept saying that, oh, it's like floral or like the sweet fruits. I was like, no, that's spring. We're not in spring yet. But that makes a heck of a lot of sense. And I like it. I like it. Can we caffeine crawl in SoCal? Okay, wait. I'm going to add that to my list of things to look into. Is February's flavor not chocolate? Shannon, also good point. Chocolate and okay, I'll send you the link through Instagram. Okay, I think I'm at the right link now. Sorry, I'm reading these in not chronological order now. Caffeine crawl 8 p.m. pass out by 2 p.m. or 8 a.m. pass out by 2 p.m. That sounds like a different type of crawl. I associate February with Valentine's. Yeah, chocolate and strawberries. Yes. Okay, and then this crawl. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share this again. We're back on the caffeine crawl. Okay, so I don't want to see previous years. Okay. Oh, this has I don't think San Diego is close to Huntington Beach. I don't know the area enough. Oh my God, none of these locations are near me. This is upsetting. You know what? San Diego in January sounds lovely. Wow. Margaritaville? Having a caffeine crawl there. Interesting. Regal. Espresso Tech. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Why is it not scrolling? I'm scrolling my screen, but apparently... Oh, because I have 2 tabs open like an idiot. So this is where I was looking. So I tab down. Yeah, and then it has like the official food supplier, official tech support, Ryan Bros Beans. I can't read. Ryan Bros Coffee. Maybe that's just what I wanted it to be. Cafe Moto. All right. Well, the more you know. Favorite coffee for everyone? Great question. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to make myself an iced Americano. Hey, Craig. That is, I would say, my favorite type of, like, when I can really taste the flavors of the espresso. And I prefer all of mine to be iced. But if I'm trying to be like fancy, a nitro brew with some cold foam or a pumpkin spice latte. I'll be ready to send you guys coffee recipes again. Yes. Okay. How can I pull up your comment? There we go. Okay. Y'all need to follow Kristen. Kristen, you should seriously do. Sorry, guys. I muted myself. If nobody could hear the past couple of words, my bad. If you don't follow Kristen on Instagram, and Kristen, I'm telling you, you have to start a series of the different types of like I don't even know. I feel like your knowledge is a hidden recipe that's not even in existence. And I feel like you just have to you got to go all in, and you have to make reels of you sipping them, and you should rate them, and then in the description you should put what the like how to order it. There's macro barista. I feel like you could be another version of that. So yeah, Kristen, I can't wait. Send all of the good flavors. Oops, sorry. There we go. Kona coffee from Hawaii? No, what is that? If I'm being a white girl, I'm about the brown sugar espresso. Oh my god. Dude, why is my Garmin asking me if I'm still awake? Yes. Try to keep a consistent sleep schedule and find a better bedtime routine. That's because I have been up for a while. Okay, so Ortega gets the brown. If he feels like a white girl, he's gonna get the brown sugar espresso. If I'm a regular dude, cold brew with almond milk. Love that. I'll see what I can do. Absolutely none of it is macro friendly at all because I can't consume sugar alternatives. Okay, yeah. So that guy is the macro barista, and you're just like the hidden gem barista. That's what we'll call you. What is Kona? Send the link. Send the link so we can figure it out. Carmen knows you're talking about coffee at bedtime. It does. And it's angry at me. It just wants me to go to bed. My default is caramel macchiato, but I don't discriminate my coffee sources. I'll drink them all. Yeah. Cold brew all the way. I love cold brew as well. Honestly, there's so many good things out there. I feel like there's very few. Okay, so there's bad beans that I've had before. Like you go to a coffee place and like the coffee just doesn't taste good. But I've never had a barista make me something that I didn't like, if that makes sense. Like beans have been bad, and I'm like, ooh, like this coffee is just bad. But the flavoring profiles of what they put together has never been something that I haven't liked. My taste buds are wild. They like it all. They like it all. Give me all of the coffee, all of the different types of mixes. I don't discriminate with coffee. Where did I have recently? I was at an event and it was pot coffee, not pot marijuana, just that would have been interesting. Wow. That would have been a whole other level type of coffee. That's not what I'm talking about. Like when you make coffee in a pot, but it just tasted burnt, and it was so bad. It was so bad. I don't know what it was, but it was nasty. And I can't remember where it was, but I just vividly remember how nasty it was. I did not like it. I did not like it one bit. Woo. A little glitchy. Okay. What time is it? 9:07. Just about bedtime. I'm going to grab my laptop because I don't even know if I get television here inside this hotel. So I'm going to probably watch 13 going out there. No, I'm going to watch The Proposal. That's what's going to make me go nee-nee-nah and pass right on out. That's the journey for me. Well, thanks guys for joining the chat. The conversation had greatly changed. Pot coffee, huh? Yes, but not that type of pot coffee. I wonder if they make something like that. Has anybody, okay, I just said we're leaving, but since I was share screening, I'm curious if anybody has seen Sam Dancer. It's not pot coffee, but it's some kind of like pot slash mushroom beverage. I don't really know a lot about it. Besides that's the concept. Yeah, wait, what is it? Levitate? Hold on, I'm just curious if anybody knows anything about this one. Okay, elevate. Sam is so funny. Elevate your spirits. Veteran owned by doers for doers. What's in the clouds? That's actually a really funny tagline. Elevate your Labor Day. That's not what. Why choose water soluble cannabis? Interesting. Oh, yeah. So I recently saw him posting about this, and I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And I guess it's this. Hold on, where there was like a post about all of the ingredients. But yeah. Anyways, since we were saying pot coffee, it made me think about that one. Same but different, I guess. Same but different. Anyways, this has been a fun conversation. Thanks for y'all who stopped by and joined in on the chat. I am working on something with somebody that you guys might know. He puts out a lot of like if you have a coach that writes programming for you and links to like tutorials of videos, he's in a lot of them and has a very signature sound like music in the videos that if you're in the gym and you hear somebody playing it, you're like, "Oh, that's so and so's video." And right now I'm working on possibly going out and doing some content with him in person. I don't TBD on when that's going to happen, but if we can line it up, he will be the first guest that I have on our live show. So that's just a little tea. We didn't say everything yet. As we get more details, I will let you guys know. But as always, thank you for coming and hanging out for the chat. These are fun, just fluid conversations about, what's going on in my life. What are you guys up to? What do you want to chat about? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Eventually, more types of content will be coming out at some point. So stay in tune with that. And I hope everybody has a great